What is up, everyone? We've been taking a hit today, and I'm recording this as we're deep in profit. I can move my stops to about break even here realistically, as I have the anticipation that markets are going to actually finally break through this 430 area here on NASDAQ. The reasoning behind this trade, right? We get this large expansion to the upside swing here, and we have a move back above the 330 auction area, and we've created this monstrous cluster of negative delta. That monstrous cluster of negative delta suggests that every time, you can see here on the footprint, every time that we have a pullback into that region, these aggressive sellers come in, passive buyers step in, and they're not letting them go. Every rotation down into these areas, these guys have held and held and held with all of this bright negative delta that you guys can see on the footprint. So they created the cluster of that negative delta block on the delta profile chart, which suggests that this accumulation would want to hold support structure. So either this trade comes back to break even, and I take the 2K hit, or we get the clean expansion above that 430 area, which is kind of what I'm leaning on. There's a lot of resistance around 420, realistically, that's expected to kind of hold things out, and it is so far. So 420 is the main target on this move, or the first target, I should say, on this move. And then the main target, honestly, is at that 440 auction top, where we had the head fake in the morning session. That created that larger sell that dropped price about 200 points before we started to pick up a bid again. So you can see here on the footprint, this is why I like this, because as we go up, you also leave behind these like passive buyers, you leave behind these like aggressive stuck shorts, and prices rebid. So I think that I can get away with this. It's not going to be the most fantastic trade necessarily, or the most fantastic day, because we're coming back from a thicker loss than I would have wanted. That's the first TP right there. And we can see maybe we can get towards that 440, and then that would really close out the day. And honestly, I might even think of just taking this and walking away. So it's at 31 right now, right? We've got our stops down there, and I might just take another one off, maybe leave one on. Worst case, honestly, at this point, honestly, I'm flattening this. It is what it is. That big seller comes in. If it goes more, it goes more. But coming back from a fat loss like that, putting more risk than I would have wanted to, not the ideal.